So welcome to this amazing episode of Around the Loop. And today I have a very special guest. I have my second female artist actually to be on the show. So it's an honor and privilege to have Juvi on the show. And thank you so much for being on Around the Loop. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let's tell the world a little bit about who you are.
Well, I'm Juvi. I'm a San Diego native, Latina, Chicana artist. I don't like to put myself in a box, so music isn't an exception for that. I kind of do everything, R&B, reggaeton, reggae. I also do rap as well. I don't have any rap songs out just yet, but I like to just kind of explore and kind of venture.
Nice.
My most recent project is my EP that I dropped in 420. And I do have my music video out. It's at 33,000.
Ooh, congratulations.
Yeah,
let you guys know, I'll put the link here so you guys can tap in. It'll be on YouTube. It's on Apple, Spotify. Where else do you have your album at? I was trying to check around.
I have it on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora.
There we go.
Literally any platform.
That's what I'm talking about.
TikTok.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice. That's amazing. So I wanted to ask, where did you come up with the name? Where did the name start? Let's start there.
Okay, so the name, it didn't start from Juvi, from Juvenile Hogs. Let's start.
Just so people are curious.
Get that clear. My full name is Juviana. So my parents, they actually made it. They made it up.
First time I've heard that. That's cool. That's
yeah,
actually a really cool name.
They saw it on a magazine, and they saw Juliana, but they were like, what if we change the L and we put a V in it? And then they made Juviana, so that's me.
That's pretty cool.
And I just started, I feel like Juvi is a good way to shorten it, because I don't know, I just feel like a lot of people think Juviana is too difficult, or I don't know. So Juvi just kind of always stuck with me because that's always my nickname when I was growing up, for my family, friends. So I just feel like, why not have it just be my artist name?
And because of your artist name as Juvi, does that actually kind of catch attention from others? Does it kind of get them curious? Why is it Juvi? Is it because it's juvenile, or is it because you're a little homegirl or something? Some people are curious.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to ask too. Does it happen from time to time?
It does, yeah. Whenever I'm on stage, or even if I'm just meeting someone for the first time, and I always introduce myself as Juvi, and I kind of get that vibe. They'll look at me and they'll be like, Juvi, and I'm like, for Juviana, okay? It's not for anything else.
See, and the world would never know that, but here on Around the Loop, it's official, and you guys are knowing it. It's official right there.
You guys heard it here.
So I wanted to ask, when did you actually start with the music career? When did you actually start? Let's take it way back. When did this all start?
So this started probably back in the pandemic, before we even shut down completely. I was kind of venturing into I was writing my own songs, but I didn't have any intention of putting it out there, or even hopping on a studio or anything like that. I just I think I was going through something around that time, so I just kind of took advantage, and I was like, I'm gonna find a beat on YouTube and I'm gonna get this started.
There you go.
And I just wrote my heart out, and then my uncle, shout out to DJRC.
There we go.
He was the one that told me, hey, niece, I have a studio, let's get it cracking. So then I went, and that was the start of my first time being in a studio, actually recording something, I was so new to it, I didn't know anything about anything.
It was just all alien tech, because you're just seeing it, you're just in awe. I remember my first time in the studio.
What is this
new
place? But yeah, that was 2020. Where I dropped my first song. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just have it on SoundCloud if you guys want to check it out.
I'll put the link there.
Yes, it shows you my growth for sure. It wasn't the best, mixing, mastering, or anything like that.
Hey, that's a start.
I do have, I think, 1,000 streams on that.
Oh, wow.
And that was my first release on SoundCloud, and I got to it 1,000 something from the last time I checked.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so it's that was very rewarding for
Mm-hmm.
me, you know, for something that I didn't even fully like have like a whole like, you know, it didn't really sound that professional,
Mm-hmm.
but for it to still be admired, you know,
Yeah.
by other people and listeners. So that's where it started, 2020. But like, I've always had the passion for music. I've always liked to sing. I always liked to dance when I was
Mm-hmm.
little. I have those like back like VHS
So
recordings
I
and
want to
stuff.
ask, who were your inspirations as a child in your childhood, growing up? Like, who inspired you for music and who inspired you for dance, or was there an artist in particular that did both that actually inspired you?
Yeah,
Let's talk about that.
actually, when I was really little, there was an
Mm-hmm.
artist called Belinda. She was
Okay.
I think she's um like from Spain or something, but she had a novela, and it was like kind of like a rebelde kind of thing.
Okay.
But I think it was before
Mm-hmm.
rebelde, and I just loved it. Spanish was my first language, so
Same here. I feel you.
I picked up on the music very quickly, and I picked up on like the songs, so I would just sing a lot. So Belinda was like my very first like icon that I looked up to, and as well as like Alicia Keys, as well as like a lot of like Justin Timberlake, you know, like a lot of like early like growing up, as well as Michael Jackson. Like I remember when Michael Jackson, like I had his like CD, well my mom had his CD, and I would just like sneak it from her room and then play it on the little stereo, and then I would like read the lyrics, and I would just like sing along. Yeah.
There you go.
So, and also like my music's very I'm inspired by everything, you know.
I've
like,
noticed that because I was
like,
taking a deep dive into your music,
yeah.
and you don't have like one sound, and it's great because you're exploring,
Yeah,
so it makes you diverse, and that's okay to have many hats. It's okay to not limit yourself. Like you're showing the world that it's okay to jump out of your shell, try something new. You never know what might actually hit, what might not, and you know I give you big props for doing that. And I did want to ask though, as a female artist, is it a lot harder in your field, in your eyes, trying to upcoming in this industry, like coming up in this industry? You know, let's talk about that a little bit.
I would say it kind of is, because us as females, we're already like in a label, you know, like in a box, without us even wanting to put ourselves in a box, but just society put us in a box already, you know. Like I've been on like certain like podcasts before and certain things, and I've seen people like, oh, why don't you just start an OF, you know, like why don't you just, you know. So it is kind of
it's disrespectful, honestly. It is disrespectful, because you're like, wow, that's
it's
artist,
kind of
like,
frustrating.
Yeah, no, I can see that. 100%.
Because I'm like, I'm me, you know, like I'm not, you know, no shade against anyone, you know. No. This is just me speaking. Like I want to be able to like, okay, but look at my music, you know, look at my music, look at what I'm talking about, listen to my stuff, you know. I do feel like us as women, we do get overlooked a lot because people just are so quick to put us in a box, to put us in a label, and they just automatically want us to, you know, get naked for the camera.
You know, I've noticed that too. That's been a thing, and it's like, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit, because there are female artists out there, and this is for the world out there. You know, everybody's seeing this, so you know, this is a great word of advice. But has that happened to you? Has that actually happened to you?
Yeah, that has actually.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I think it was like last year, actually, like in September. It's almost gonna be a year ago. I was trying to, you know, just as any artist, you wanna get network, you wanna you wanna get connected, you wanna elevate, you know, you wanna do whatever it takes. So, I got in touch with this DJ, and he knew a lot of like big artists, big time rappers. He's still doing his thing to this day, so I'm not gonna mention any names, but I DM'd him and I got his number. You know, we were talking, and we were talking about business, and I never once gave him the intention that it was going to be anything else other than business.
Just strictly business.
And then I guess he was coming from like Corona or something, and he was going to come over here to San Diego, and we were going to book a studio, and have a sesh and everything, and he was gonna like show me like the 1 and 2s, like, you know, that's what I thought.
Of course.
But then he started texting me, and the more and more he started like it was gonna happen, he started getting a little bit more sketchy, and he was just like, make sure you take a shower, like all of these, you know, and I'm just like,
these little red flags.
what?
You're like, huh?
I'm gonna take a shower. What does that have to do with music?
You're like, well, yeah, for real. I mean, I'm already a clean person, but thanks for reminding me of the obvious.
Thanks for reminding me to wash my butt.
For real.
But yeah, I was just like, I was taken back, and then he was just on some other stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you know, why do you think I'm trying to do all this? Why do you think I'm trying to do the most? Why do you think I'm trying to drive here, get an Airbnb, book a studio, like? And then he got mad, you know, and he was like, Of course.
Okay, I see. Yes, I see. Okay, I've seen this happen from time to time. It's such a toxic and sad thing. He was expecting something out of no. And at the end of the day, you were there for artists and you were there for strictly business. It wasn't. And like you said, at no time did you give him any intentions, any signals, anything mixed. It was just strictly business. It was, and that is sad. That is sad, and I'm sorry that you have to deal with that, because I've seen it from time to time, and I was just curious to actually ask that question. And so, you know, going forward on that, like, what message do you have for the female artists that are up and coming? What can you recommend them? You know, what suggestions can you give them?
I know it may sound like that's the only way to get where you need, you know? Like, I know it may seem like, okay, like, if I really want to be this successful artist, I have to do what I have to do, you know? Don't feel pressured. Don't feel pressured. Don't feel like, you know, don't feel like you have to go on this fast-paced track, because I have talked to other female artists, and they told me, like, you know, dang, I regret doing what I did, because then, you know, sometimes they sell you a dream, you know, and then you give out your body, and then what, you know, you don't actually get to where you want, like the way they promised.
And it sucks, because I see where you're getting that, because they take more than just that. They take your little womanhood, your pride, and it's your sense of self-worth. It's a lot. And for the folks out there, you got to understand, like, if you're, you know, in this industry too, you don't have to bow down to this weird stuff. You don't have to do that. You can make it to the top, slow and steady. We'll win the race. Don't worry, you'll get there. It takes a minute. I mean, this is no easy route. Yeah. Clearly, because you've been doing this for a couple of years now. Yeah. And so, I want to ask. So, let's talk about your first time shooting a music video. Okay. How was that? Was that when you dropped your song on SoundCloud too as well? Okay. So how was that process? Oh, no?
So the one that I dropped on SoundCloud, that was like the very first. Yeah, no, I didn't do anything with that. Okay. Like with marketing or pushing it out. But the first music video that I have is Unwind. Okay. Honestly, it was very fun. Like, I just loved it. It was out in public. Like, you know, when you're an artist and you want to make music videos, you can't shy away from the public, you know? You got to embrace it. Like, if you really want to shine and really want people to take you serious, you got to embrace 100%. the people watching. You got to embrace the watchers, because, you know, those are future supporters. Exactly. You know, those I can relate. Like, people will get inspired. And honestly, like, I'm not trying to sound like I'm like very like self-absorbed, but I love it when they're like looking at me and all this stuff, because they're probably, you know, either they're one, like, what is she doing? Or either two, like, oh my God, like, what is she doing? You know, exactly. Like, there's two perspectives, like, you know? No, and I definitely see that. And it's nice to put that spotlight there, because that's a good message for the folks that are shy, that are anxious about this. It's just throw yourself out there. And this is coming from someone that was shy, you know? There you go. Hey, and I can relate too, because I mean, I was the same way with camera shy. Like, I wouldn't be on camera. I have a hard time making eye contact. Like, I'll look up in the ceiling. People will point it out. But it's just, you got to step out of your comfort zone. And I can relate on having that public there, that public audience. It's really nice, because, you know, we're out here in public, and on Around the Loop podcast, no episode is the same. So I'm always somewhere new.
And like you guys can see, we're out here at this beautiful park, and we got random audience back here. It's just it's all the love and support. So I wanted to ask too, for growing up. Let's talk a little bit about your early days. So how was that growing up? Born and raised the entire time here in this place?
Yeah.
Okay. So how was life growing up here?
Life growing up here, it didn't really hit me that I was living in San Diego, because it's just your normal, It's just like, okay, I have the beach, I have good weather.
Okay, I see.
Like, isn't that everywhere, You would think, just growing up.
No, of course.
But I was very shy, my family, none of them really knew that I could sing. I just didn't like to show off, I grew up very humble. I grew up very, I try to always make myself small because I just didn't like attention, or I didn't want people to think that I was very, just out there. I just was kind of, in the background all the time. But, even in high school, I never went to choir. The only thing that I did was, theater, but that was, freshman year, nothing
There you
special.
go. So it was all natural.
But it was always there. Yeah, it was always there. And I remember I always wanted to do choir. but I just was always shy. Like I'm telling you, I was just very, very shy. So I feel like just when you're always, just kind of setting yourself small, you get to a point where you're just tired of it, and you're just like, you know what, F this, I'm gonna just go all out, I'm tired of shrinking myself for others, I'm just trying to,
And what was that moment? Do you remember that day that you said, you know what, I'm logging in, I'm tired of just, you broke that shell. So do you remember that day that you broke that shell and you actually
honestly, it was when I moved back here, because I did a little traveling in LA, trying to, I'm in my early 20s, so I'm trying to get to know who I am, and trying to, so I feel like once I moved back here last year was when because I always wanted to perform. But when I lived in LA, I was always too shy, or I just didn't, I knew I wanted to perform, and the job that I had, they would always reflect, what's your goal for this year or for this month? And I would always be to perform, and they're like, why haven't you? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm shy.
That's really cool that you had a job that was actually supportive like that. That's pretty cool.
No, my Jimmy, if you're watching this, he was my supervisor, and he also did music, so he had a band and everything.
I'll have to, if I can tap in with him, I definitely will. I would love to have him on the show. This is an open invite to you.
Yes, Jimmy Strimple.
There we go. I'll put the name there. I appreciate that.
But no, so they would always be like, what are you trying to, what's your goal for this month? And I'm like, to perform. But I just never had the guts, and then I came to San Diego, and then I got hit up by Fourth Quarter Radio, and he was like, we're doing this show, Picture and Brewery, come through. And then that was the door for me. And then after that, I just loved performing. I loved to be on, I really loved the just people just being like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
I want to write music, I want to perform, but I'm just too shy.
There you go, the inspiration. That's what I'm talking about.
And that's what brings me, because if I can inspire others, then I'm doing something right,
Yes, and that's the beauty of it. There's a saying that goes, you may not change the world overnight, but you can change the world one person at a time.
Yes.
So inspiring one person at a time, that's a beautiful thing. And that's and I wish you the best on that, and I hope people that are seeing this episode all over the world, don't be afraid to pop out of that shell and do you, because at the end of the day, you'll have people judging you. People are always going to have their 2 cents regardless.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. That's just how life is. Just continue to do you, be happy, and strive for the best. And so I want to, tap in a little bit about your Tumblr there, because to let the world know, and the Tumblr stickers, let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So basically, this was made from Lily's Creations.
Okay.
Shout out to Lily's.
That's cool.
She created this little Tumblr, this little avatar. I love it. It's like the 50s restaurant, you
Mm-hmm.
know, having a little milkshake. But this is a tumbler, so you can, if you like your refreshments,
There we go.
coffee, Coke, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
iced tea, it is meant to keep your drink and beverage either hot or either really
Oh, I was
cold.
just about to ask that. Okay,
Yeah.
my coffee lovers in the morning. Okay,
Yes.
and then where can where can they purchase this? Is this for sale?
It is for sale,
Okay,
yes. So they're
put
for
the link there.
$30.
Okay.
You can just go ahead and my Instagram is JUV1V1. You can swipe
there.
through you can either DM me and then I could ship it to you,
Mhm.
or if you're local, I could drop it off.
Oh, there you guys. That's an opportunity for you guys to meet her actually in person.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And then I even will give you a sticker for free. So
there we
$30
go.
and then a free sticker.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'll definitely put the link in the bio so people can tap in and support too. So do you only have one version of the tumbler, or do you have a couple different versions of it, or is it one design for right now?
Yeah, it's just one design
Okay.
for right now. Once the batch is completely done, I'll probably do more, like do different ones.
Oh, I was about to ask, are you gonna start like seasons?
Yeah.
Like okay.
Probably
Cool.
that'd be cool.
That'd be cool because you can have different seasons, and I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And
this is like for the summer, you know.
I know, and I dig it. I dig it.
Smoothie.
Mm-hmm. It's that diner vibe.
Yeah.
It's nice. Summer night vibe. You get that night vibe.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to ask. Let's dive in a little bit about on your personal side. So, what are your favorite foods? Is there what is Juvi like? Because if you have your guests out there and you have your fans out there and they maybe want to bring you something, or they want to, because sometimes they'll bring you hot Cheetos, and maybe you like the cheese ones, or just for people to be, so just so you know, it's out there just in case. For me, I like peach mango bang, just to be specific. But I just want to ask, like, what's favorite foods out there? What do you like to eat?
Honestly, I love Mexican food. I am Chicana. I love Mexican food, burritos, tacos, enchiladas, tortas,
So what is
okay?
So who has the best Mexican food? Is it gonna be San Diego or LA? Just curious.
Ooh,
it's kind of tough.
Honestly,
I think it's a little mixed.
Before I moved to LA, I was biased. I was a biased girly. I would always be like, San Diego has the best Mexican food, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like San Diego and LA are very different. If you go to LA, you can't find carne asada fries, carne asada chips, Cali burrito. You have to go to like the specific.
Yes, yeah, I kind of noticed that. Yes, I kind of noticed that.
Yeah, and then the way they prep their burritos, they put rice, they put beans.
It's a little different.
It is different. So it made me admire. It made me
I like that answer. That's good.
Both. And I noticed here in San Diego, we love our cheese. Everything we put yellow cheese, and then in LA they don't really have any cheese. They have more like pico, like cilantro, like they have more like it's just different styles, yeah. But I feel like since I lived in LA and I had to just eat, what they got. It made me be more appreciative, and it actually made me be like, hey, you know what? Their Mexican food isn't that bad, like
there we go.
They got their strengths.
No, I do like the food in LA. They have some good tacos out there, some really, really good hands down.
A lot of vendors. A lot of
great vendors are actually out there too.
I would say the vendors, they know what's up. All the vendors, like the majority of them, like they know what's up. I'd rather go to a vendor than go to a taco shop because I know the vendor's gonna get me right, and
Yeah, it's more. You get that personal feeling, that more like personal cater to you. It's you get that connection.
Support
it's more of
your vendors.
Yes, if you guys see them, support your vendors out there. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to stop by real quick.
It does not hurt.
And if you don't got the money, share their posts, share them. If they got a page or something, show that level of support. It takes a second to do that. It ain't hard.
Yeah, it's free.
Exactly. So I want to ask, do you have any upcoming music that you're planning to release?
I actually have an upcoming album.
Okay.
And an upcoming album, and then a future tour as well.
Ooh,
me and my manager, we have been speaking on it, so it's in the works.
There we go.
And I'm just really, really excited. And I let him. What I like about my manager, shout out to you, Danny, is that
big shout out.
He he's not controlling, you know, like other managers. Like he's not controlling at all. He admires my work and he admires what I do. So he kind of like, he'll ask me like, what do you feel about this? And I told him, I pitched my idea about the album and he loved it. You know, he didn't really try to, I think you need to do this. I think you need to do that. He was like, you know what, you do it. You're going to do great. They're going to love it. Just go all out, all gas, no brakes. And so he was the one that was like, why don't we do a tour? So that is in the works. I'm going to be dropping my album probably 3 or 4 months.
Okay. Stay tuned, y'all.
Yes, stay very tuned. So it'll be my first album ever, and I'm so excited. I just kind of been dropping singles.
I've been seeing that, and I'm gonna put the link out there. You guys gotta tap into her music. Yes, check it out. Show that love and support.
Let me know what you guys think as well.
For real,
good or bad. I respect constructive criticism as well, because us as artists, we gotta have the good feedback, and we gotta also take the bad feedback.
Exactly.
And we can't see it as like, oh, you're being hating, because some people actually, they're not haters. Actually they just want you to grow. They just want you to be able to get better. So I see it like that.
No, and I agree with you too, and especially for the folks out there, for the ones that are gonna say, oh well, it's ass or it's shit, or please explain why though. Why? What is it? What was it that you thought it was ass, or you thought it sounded shitty or something like that? What was it? Was it the beat? Was it the way that the hook was done? Was it the lyrics? Like, you gotta be more precise. So as artists and podcasters, we can grow.
Yeah, we want to know.
Exactly. Just don't say, oh, it was ass. Well, okay, well, why?
But why though? We want to know why. The key word is why.
Exactly. No, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to be on this show, and to show the world a different side of you, a genuine side that the world should and deserves to see.
Yeah.
Because I know there is a lot of drama out there here and there with just random people and random folks, and it's like,
it's refreshing.
It is, and it's great to be able to shine the light and show the world that you are a genuine person, you are a strong, independent woman, that you're out here making it happen, that you can let other women artists and other men too, upcoming artists, anybody, that it's possible, that anything's possible, and you don't have to do no Diddy freak off party. You can respect your body. It's okay.
And I just feel. I just had a brain fart.
No, it's okay.
So like, if you're watching this, and you feel like, oh, but what if I don't have the funds, because like, what if I don't have this, just don't worry about like the what ifs, don't sell yourself short, like work with what you got.
Because anything is possible. So, if you got an iPhone or an Android, you can literally make a whole song on there.
Yeah.
For the folks out here, I mean, I do the whole podcast on my iPhone, so you guys are seeing this on an iPhone, shot on an iPhone 16 Pro Max. But anyways, so like she said, anything's possible, and you can use the bare minimum to make it happen. It really doesn't take fancy equipment. No. You don't need all that high-end stuff. You'll get there. You'll eventually get there, but time will come. Time will come with it.
Time will come. And, it doesn't even have to be music. Like, if you want to quit your job to start your dream, if you're not happy with your 9 to 5 and you want to start your own business, if you want to, whatever it is, like, don't sell yourself short. Don't listen, even if it's your family, even if it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever, your sister, your grandma, your aunt, whoever, like, don't listen to them.
No,
everybody will always try to make you feel small or whatever, because they see something in you, and they're just like, they don't want you to fully unleash that person out. They want you to still be hidden in a box, trapped, and selling yourself short forever, because they sell themselves short. Maybe they didn't have the balls to to quit their 9 to 5 and start this dream. So they're telling you, no, don't do it, because they're hating, or they're projecting something that they couldn't unleash themselves. So
it's true.
Just don't worry about, it may seem like everything's overly saturated. Oh, but now everyone wants to do this. Oh, but now everyone wants to do that. Who cares? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about, just focus on your own lane, because if you're trying to be like everybody else, well, then you're just gonna blend with everyone else. You're not gonna stand out.
Agreed 100% on that. I really do agree on that.
Yeah, like for you, I'm sure, like for your podcast, you might feel like, oh, everyone wants to do a podcast now, but like, no, like you're like, you know what, F it, I'm gonna do it regardless, and I'm gonna make it the best, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And same for artists. Now everybody wants to be an artist, blah blah blah. Like,
exactly.
Just do what you gotta do. Do what make your own music, make your own sound. You can't, as an artist, everybody wants to like, oh, I gotta do what this guy did though. Oh, but he did it really big. Like, what if I do it like that? Like, you're just setting yourself short. You're setting yourself for like a track that's gonna fall, and it's gonna fall, and it's gonna burst. It's gonna just you're gonna be a one-hit wonder, and you don't want that. You want to build a legacy. You want to build something that's gonna be like your whole brand.
Exactly.
It's gonna be your whole, like, if it depends how long you want to do this, but for me, I want to go until the wheels fall off.
There you go. Same here. No, and that's great that you have that vision, and that you're strong-minded on that, and that's a positive message for the world to hear this. And so just to let everybody know, it's been an honor and privilege to actually have you on the show. It's been great. And just to let the world know, there is going to be a part 2. We're going to have her a reoccurring on the show, so don't worry. This isn't the last time you guys are going to see her. And so I want to let you guys know, make sure you guys tap in on her Instagram, and if you can say it again, where they can find you one more time.
Yes.
Just in case.
Hey everybody, I'm Juvi, Juv! You can find me on Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you listen to, whatever your choice is of platform. If you have Instagram, if you have TikTok, you guys can find me at Juvi, so it's JUV1V1. I do have my link tree as well on there, so Perfect. It has my music, it has my recent music video, as well as my most recent performances that I have. So if you guys want to come see me perform, it will be on there as well. I'm gonna be performing July 5th.
Okay, so, let's let them know.
Yeah, you
July
guys
5th, y'all.
Your tickets and come see me perform. I would love that. That would mean a lot to me.
I'll make sure I'm gonna post this. Make sure I'll post like snippets of this so the world can see it and show that support for your upcoming show next week. Actually, it's actually next week.
Yeah,
so
next Saturday.
This episode will come out after the show, but I'll make sure I share this promo, and you guys will tap in and see this as well. So come and show that local support, that love and support. And you're making a big sound for the women out there, and continue to do what you're doing. I'm proud of you. You're paving the way for a lot of women out there, and it's a positive message. I love hearing what you had to say on the show, and thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much for showing that genuine side of yourself.
Of course.
And looking forward to having you again on the show. So thank you so much for being on the Around the Loop podcast.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in.
That's a wrap. Perfect.
It's exactly